HB70, the law relating to academic distress commissions, and nothing flowery here, just short and sweet and to the point. In light of the this is the text of the resolution. In light of the testimony presented on May 14, 2019 at the State Board of Education meeting, the State Board of Education hereby adopts the following resolution. Resolved that the State Board of Education urges the General Assembly to make changes to the Academic Distress Commission law adopted in HB70. And I would ask for its emergency consideration so that we can put it before the board.
Thank you. All right, you have emergency consideration status. You need a second, and I see Ms. Phillips stand up. So we have a motion, a second. Is there any discussion?
Just briefly, Madam President, of course it's late now, and I don't need to rehash all the testimony we heard today, but I just want the State Board of Education, I would hope unanimously, be put on the record that we are not supportive of HB70. We would like to see its changes to HB70 with regards to the Academic Distress Commission, and particularly I'd like for us to see this resolution, of course, be passed today unanimously so we can send a message to the General Assembly that the State Board of Education is not supportive of HB70, and frankly, in a roundabout way, we're supportive of the legislative discussions that are ongoing right now, and we hope are included in the final version of the budget at the end of June. And I do have a copy, of course, I just read it if anybody wants to see it.
Thank you. Ms. Johnson.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, Board Member Owens, for doing that. I just have a concern that I didn't hear it state that we do not support House Bill 70. And when you say you'd like to see changes, it doesn't talk about what kinds of changes. And so I appreciate the message, but I just don't think it's strong enough. We're not supporting, House Bill 154 is what's going through, so we're not looking at any particular legislation. See, that's my question. To say we want to see changes doesn't say much. And it doesn't say that we do not support House Bill 70, and I think that for me to vote for it, it would have to be more definitive in where we stand.
I'm going to let Mr. Owens respond. You may be able to.
We certainly can add a sentence that the State Board of Education does not support HB70 in its current form. I have no opposition to that. Consideration is, frankly, we have not officially spoken on this issue before, and I believe I don't want to muddy the waters of us and we not have a say in this legislative process. I think we have to speak, and it was sort of done in generalities because with the hope of everyone being of consensus, and so we can speak, because I don't want us to be working on a resolution that we never have any input.
I would support that we do not support House Bill 70 and that we would like to see changes. So I would support that. Thank you.
Mr. Hagan.
I would support this either way, but the comment that I would make is simply that we know that the legislature is working on this, and we know that there's some products that look like what we think it should look like. And I think the simple resolution that was offered does what we need to do in order to weigh in on this and say, to quote a Saturday Night Live comment from back when we were having the disaster of the crashing economy, they brought the professor on to talk about what to do about all these banks blowing up and so on. And his comment was, fix it. and that's, I think, what Nick's brought forward.
Thank you. So, Ms. Johnson, do you want to make a friendly amendment? Or
it's extremely friendly. Yeah. Just that you add the sentence that we do not support House Bill 70 and we would like to see changes. We do not support House, no, not at all. that we do not support House Bill 70, and we would like to see changes.
Is there any objection to the friendly amendment? All right. Any further discussion? So what we will be voting on, and perhaps Mr. Owens, you can read it for us one more time, is as follows.
So the board would be the resolution to support resolution to support legislative changes to HB 70 law relating to academic distress commissions in light of the testimony presented on May 14, 2019 at the State Board of Education meeting. The State Board of Education hereby adopts the following resolution. Resolved that the State Board of Education does not support HB 70 and also urges the General Assembly to make changes to the academic distress commission law. Well, I don't want to say HB 70 two times in the same sentence. So the State Board of Education does not support HB 70 and urges the General Assembly to make changes to the academic distress commission law.
I see a couple of fingers. We're all so tired we can't raise our full hands. Mr. Hagan, 2 hands up.
My only feedback on this is that we should spell out which General Assembly that's in, because there could be a current House Bill 70 that we're not paying attention to, and we certainly don't want to give the impression that we're weighing in on livestock pens or something else that might be going on.
That's an excellent point. Okay, well, we're addressing that point. Are there any? Yeah. Oh.
131st.
Ms. Haycock.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was just kind of wondering if one of the big concerns that I had, or that I heard today, is that the people in the Lorraine and Youngstown and East Cleveland communities don't have a voice anymore. And I wonder if that would be, because to make changes could say it doesn't require that any member of the community be a part of the education process in that community. I don't know if that is, if we're getting too big. But I kind of, it makes me a little bit nervous, because changes can mean a lot of things. I mean, I've had people approach me saying that some of the changes that are being proposed still don't give that local control back, and that more power lies within Hollow. And so I've heard that, and so I think that the people there need to be part of that system again.
Ms. Haycock, I agree with what you're saying, but respectfully, I think that the purpose of Mr. Owens' resolution is basically to go on record as opposing House Bill 70. We have not yet had an opportunity to discuss fully what our desired alternative to that would be, and I suggest that you hold that thought for the discussion that will follow regarding any recommendation that the board might choose to make to the General Assembly about a replacement. My fear is that if we get too far into the details, that we'll all have certain things that we want to include, and the purpose of this exercise, which is more than an exercise, it's really a statement of support for the districts who were here with us today, and an opportunity for the board to go on record as formally opposing House Bill 70. Our next step is to figure out what we think would be best to replace it.
Okay, can I just say then can you read that again? And maybe we should just cut out the changes and say we oppose House Bill 70.
But then we were not, want to ask for solutions. I mean, let's not get caught in the weeds here. So the, in light of the testimony presented, I've read, resolved that the State Board of Education does not support HB70 of the 131st General Assembly and urges the General Assembly to make changes to the Academic Distress Commission law. I mean, I think we can go in. No.
It was passed in.
Ms. Johnson.
Thank you, Madam President. I understand.
I'm sorry.
I understand Board Member Haycock's point, that if you just say make changes, then it could make changes to make it worse.
Right.
And so I understand her point because it's very generic when we say, you know, we want you to make changes. So my suggestion would be that we do not support House Bill 70 because it has not improved school districts in which it was supposed to improve. You know, something like that, that we have proof that it hasn't been the solution that folks were looking for. Rather than saying we want changes, it just, they could say, okay, you know, nobody. I'm just afraid of just changes. But we have proof that it has not improved the school districts that it set out to improve. So maybe I'm throwing that out as a possible reason that we don't support it. And the other thing I'm concerned about is when we say based on the testimony we heard today, there's been a whole bunch of reasons before today that we knew House Bill 70 was a bad law. So to just base that on what we heard today, I think does a disservice to all the other situations that have occurred, including not improving these school districts. So I know we didn't want this to become a lengthy conversation, but I'm just concerned that just making changes, as Board Member Haycock says, is too generic, and I think we could focus on the fact that we're looking at, we want academic achievement, and this has not been a law to improve academic achievement.
I'm going to call on Ms. Woods.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to throw something out there real quick. What I heard over and over was that House Bill 70 took away our constitutional rights as governing our own schools. And if we're going to add any language, you know, constitutional would be a word that I would use.
Mr. Owens.
How about we just make it this simple? Resolve, the State Board of Education does not support HB 70 of the 131st General Assembly. Just stop it right there.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, let's take a vote.
All right, read it one more time.
That's fine.
Resolve, make sure this is recorded for a reason. So the resolution will be strictly. No.
Well, then you don't need to resolve. Just
All right.
say that we don't support it.
Okay.
I mean, really, yeah.
Okay.
All right, this is our resolution. The State Board of Education does not support HB 70 of the 131st General Assembly. That's it.
Period.
Period.
All right, good. We have the motion, we have the second, and let's call for the roll.
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Kilgore,
Yes.
Lamancha, Manchester, McGuire,
Yes.
Miranda,
Yes.
Toll,
Yeah.
Woods,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Hagan,
Yes.
Haycock,
Yes.
Kohler,
Yes.
13-0.
13-0, the motion passes unanimously. Is there any other new business? Mr. Hagan?
I received a forwarded email that goes to an email list from the department. And I'm curious how we determine what kind of things get sent out.